just tell people all the time that you've just got to be ready. When I got to Georgetown, the guys who had been doing the basketball games had just graduated, and so they needed somebody to do it, and Coach Reed allowed me to do it, and I was able to do those things there. And then I got an internship here at WKYT, and I was here during that internship, and there was a big weather event downtown, trees down and everything, and they wanted somebody to go live, and so they sent me out there, and fortunately I didn't mess that thing up, and been working for Jefferson Pilot and Raycom and doing a lot of events in the SEC. And then one Saturday morning, I'm there at the house, and Jimmy Rayburn, who was our executive producer, good old Tennessee guy, phone rings and it's his number. I'm like, wow. He goes, what are you doing? And I said, well, Jimmy, actually I'm filling up sippy cups. What's up? And he said, I need you to do the game this afternoon at Rupp Arena. And I said, Jimmy, that's a 1 o'clock game. And then he said, yeah. And I looked and it's like 10:35. And so I didn't have too much time to prepare it all. But fortunately, Larry Conley was the guy I was working with, and he looked over me, and it was a last-second shot that ended the game. And so from there, I was able to do a lot of other things, and that kind of attitude really served me well. We were on the air at the SEC tournament, and I was the sideline guy when the tornado hit the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. So immediately, you're transitioning from a sports guide to letting all kinds of folks back home know that everybody was safe. And then Tom Leach and I were doing radio here in Lexington, and we were on the air when the planes hit the World Trade Center. And so we stayed on the air for about 8 hours after that. So I just tell people all that you've just got to be ready for the unexpected, because you can have a great idea of what you're going to do, and then something happens and you've just got to change. I mean, covering things like national championships. I mean, I think I've covered, it's either 3 or 4 since my time here. You know, covering UK, getting to do that Final Four broadcast. It was part of what they call the team stream. About the only thing I haven't covered is a Super Bowl. We've been to World Series, and college football championships, and basketball championships. I'm proud to say that if I'm counting right, I know we did at least 2 and maybe 3 Georgetown College national championship games that we televised here on KYT. I know we got one of Bill Cronin's football championships and a couple with Happy in basketball. I hope what people find is that I'm the same guy off camera that I am on camera. I think I'm probably, gosh, I don't want to say hermit, because hermit's not the right word, but when you work in this business and you work all these long hours, I can certainly be kind of a homebody, you know, and so that's one thing, you know, when you're not doing the thing, you just like to relax, and, you know, I don't get away from the TV or anything, but, you know, sit on the deck, watch a game or something like that. The one thing I've always tried to do is to be available, and it's that old phrase, but the most important ability is availability. And so it's not only for what happens here, but this station that's now 65 years old, and it's hard to believe I've been here for 40 of those 65, it's always had a wonderful reputation and a wonderful commitment to charity and the community. And whenever somebody asks me to do something, I always try to do it, if it's for a cause like that. We're supposed to help people, and you know, I'm fortunate that people know who you are, but it's not about who you are, it's what you are. It's the fact that people allow us in their homes every night, whether it's now on a phone or something else. They invite us into their space, and they see you, and they're pulling for you, and they feel like you're a neighbor. And you know, it's not that those things aren't in other places, but it's here, and it's just so very comfortable for me, and I'm so very blessed to be able to do it. With what everybody's got going on, with kids crying, with people wondering about what they're going to do, about whether they're going to pay for gas or food or whatever the deal of the day is, whichever side of the political aisle you're on. And that is in particular why I love sports, because usually when the news guys come to town, it's not a good thing. There has been some scandal, there has been something that's happened, And when the sports guys come to town, it's usually because a team is doing great, an individual has done something incredible. I'd never been away from home before. I was the guy that, and I'm not whining or anything here, but I was a guy that never had to date, you know, anything like that. I was very awkward socially, didn't have a lot of self-confidence, and not only got involved with the college as a whole, but obviously got involved with Kay and got involved and so many of those folks that were on campus when I still see them, still hear from them on a regular basis. It's a very tight-knit community, and I love that about the whole Georgetown atmosphere. Yes, I am so very thankful that there were not cell phone cameras when I was at Georgetown College.